Most people want to be in great shape, and when they think about getting into great shape, the first thing that comes to mind is always just losing fat. They figure, hey, I'll lose the fat and then I'll look like a superhero. But what about the muscle underneath? Do you need to lift weights to look like a superhero after weight loss, or do you just lose enough fat to look shredded? In today's video, I'll be going over my experience losing 110 pounds without really ever lifting weights, revealing what happened, telling you what you should do, and coming to an answer on whether or not lifting weights is required for a healthy weight loss journey. Is there a wrong way to lose weight? Yeah. Now, before I catch any flack for not lifting weights on my weight loss journey, let me just make this very clear. It was the middle of COVID. My gym was closed. All I had was a measly 25-pound dumbbell, I think. I thought I had it in here. I was determined to make a change. So in April of 2020, middle of the lockdown, I decided to start running. I was 300 pounds, so I couldn't run very far, but I did start with half-mile runs at a time, every day, once per day. And after sticking to it for about a week, I realized oh wait, I'm actually seeing progression here. My times are getting faster, something I wasn't really used to, so it actually allowed me to stick to running. And eventually, I was getting to 1 mile runs every single day. And there'd be some days where I'd even try 1.5 miles, or even 2. I created a routine where I ran at least 1 mile every day for the entire summer. Lots of cardio. Big disclaimer here, lots of cardio like that is not required for a healthy weight loss journey. I was just bored. It was the middle of COVID and I had 8 hours a day to just basically exercise or screw around outside, or I had 24 hours a day, not even 8 hours. But I've worked with hundreds of clients and I've never made any of them do that, and I've had several clients lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds. I was just bored. So then after I got into this cardio routine, I started studying the most important part, which was the eating in a calorie deficit. I enjoyed lifting weights on and off in high school, but I'd never taken any serious approach to my eating. But once I learned about how calories worked, everything changed for me. But this is also where I made my biggest mistake. I would spend hours a day in the kitchen experimenting with new recipes. That wasn't the mistake. It was how little I actually ended up eating. I remember very vividly spending literal hours in the kitchen, cutting up vegetables, spiralizing vegetables, baking chicken, seasoning chicken, weighing everything out, putting it into meal prep containers to an obsessive extent. And that was the biggest mistake. There's nothing wrong with meal prep, but you have to make sure that you are eating enough. There's a balance within this. And I, point blank period, was severely under eating. And we're going to talk about here in a second why not lifting and severely under eating really bit me in the ass later. Now, I get people asking me all the time, how many calories were you eating when you did start the weight loss journey? I'm not going to tell you because it's just straight up not safe. I learned from my mistake. I did it for about 2 months and then just felt like garbage and had to rebound. Just understand it was way too low. There's 2 reasons why that I didn't find out till much later. Losing the fat too fast led me to feel like absolute garbage because I wasn't getting enough fat in my diet, and made me crash my hormones, and I had no energy. I was cranky all the time, terrible sleep. I just felt terrible every single day. And secondly, the combination of me severely under eating, doing a ton of cardio, and not lifting weights led to me losing an embarrassing amount of muscle. And I didn't figure this out until the very end of my journey, when I crossed the finish line in my head, crossed the 100-pound mark. Oh my God, I finally did it. I looked at myself in the mirror. I looked like a bag of bones. I thought I was gonna look like a movie star. Now, was it improvement? Of course it was, but it wasn't the physique that I thought I was gonna have. When your body's in a healthy calorie deficit, it will reach for fat first, and that is how fat is lost, by eating in a slight calorie deficit. Your body burns the excess fat to get the extra energy, and that's how you lose weight. But when you're in a severe calorie deficit, your body needs to make up that energy fast, and it can't just get it from fat, so it will also start tearing energy away from your muscles. Your body will burn muscle to conserve energy to make up for that steep energy deficit. And this is what I learned when I finally lost the weight and I was experimenting with things over and over and over back 4 years ago when I lost my weight. So can you lose weight without the gym? Yeah, but are you gonna have the body of your dreams? No, especially if you try to rush it like I did. Point blank, resistance training of any kind, bodybuilding, powerlifting, at-home workouts, anything would have led to a healthier physique for me and better results over time for me. But then again, once my gym opened back up, I finally got back into working out 3 to 4 times per week, actually lifting weights, and I actually was able to put on a decent amount of size. So here's my final answer and summary on the age-old question of, do you need to lift weights in order to lose a healthy amount of body fat? Here's what you can take away from my experience. Number 1, yes, you can absolutely be in a calorie deficit and a healthy calorie deficit without ever touching a weight. But if you want to change the way your body looks as efficiently as possible, doing some resistance training will need to be happening to build that muscle. Number 2, 2, don't wait to lift. Do what you can with what you have. A big misconception in a lot of beginners that I speak to is that they feel like they need a gym membership. You don't. Push-ups are free. Squats are free. Sure, I did the occasional 20-pound dumbbell workout, but in all honesty, I could have done so much more on the strength training side of things. Even if your goal, and honestly, I'm in the proponent that every human being should be doing some sort of strength training one way or another, but we're not going to talk about that today. But even if you want to lose 5 pounds or 100 pounds, if you want to prevent muscle loss, build a better physique where you can feel more confident faster, start working out. Number 3, eat in a calorie deficit to lose weight, but make sure you're eating enough. Obviously, a calorie deficit is going to need to happen regardless. That is going to be step 1 no matter what, whether you lift weights or not. And there are other forms of exercise like walking, running, biking, etc. But no matter what you choose to do for your movement, you have to be making sure that you're eating enough, and you have to be making sure that you're eating enough protein to preserve that muscle mass. Also, at the end of the day, it's ultimately what your goals are. If you don't want to build a bunch of mass, that's fine, but just understand that people work out for their health. They don't work out to look like bodybuilders. But you could easily lose 50 pounds, 80 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds without ever lifting a weight or touching a pinky on a dumbbell. I've seen it happen in clients. I've seen it happen in other parts of life. It's possible. But if you want the best results with the most confidence and an overall healthier body afterwards, I would recommend doing it. So overall, that's what I found in my little experiment back in the day 4 years ago when I was just a wee little lad trying to lose weight. But I figured me telling this story would be really, really helpful for you beginners out there that are looking to lose weight but feel a little intimidated by working out or just not sure how to prioritize things. If this video just helped one person, I did my job. I'm having a lot of fun recording YouTube videos, like I say in every video now. It's just the truth. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comment section below. I have a link to the coaching application in the link in the description. If you guys want me to help you walk through your own weight loss journey, I'd love to do so. Also, the links to all my other socials are down there too. Okay, I'm done yapping. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Give somebody a hug today. Keep it simple, big fella.